What goes into design when creating car seats?
So the design process of a car seat is like completely different to what it is on the stroller, right? Like on a stroller, I start with proportions, and then I need to find a folding mechanism. So I play with points. On a car seat, we have like totally different, right? Like obviously we want to make mom's life easier as well, but first and most important is like child safety, right? So there's like many tests. I guess you're gonna see that later in our test lab, where we figure out what does the interior need in terms of specifications like material, form, and whatnot, to keep the baby as safe as possible.
The most highlighted to most parents and most CPSTs is the governmental side. That's the only thing that a lot of people find to be ultra important. And what's ultra important is the end result. But how we get there, it needs to be a functional, ergonomic, beautiful piece. And I'm going to continue to call it artwork because most of your seats look like artwork. But at the end, it's keeping your child ultra safe.
All those requirements, like from the inside as well as from the outside, like governmental as well as crash-related requirements, they end up in a 3D printed model, right? Which we call the package model. Then the designers, they put clay, like same as in automotive industry, and then they start shaping within the requirements they're having to make it a beautiful seat. And again, coming back to the emotions of moms, also that obviously needs to tell a story, because I put a newborn in here, and I need to feel safe to do that. It needs to look comfy, and all those things go in the design process.
Parents are extremely intimidated when they look at a car seat. When they look at a car seat, they need to rely on an expert to put it in. And I try and tell in my storytelling as much as possible that this is designed for parents to install. This has nothing to do with needing to be a 6-foot fireman to install it. No, anyone can install this. It's designed for mom to install and for mom to feel comfortable installing it. And this particular product, the Callisto G360, has become so simple to install that it adds that layer of comfort to mom. So I just love how that all came to fruition. I was part of this project towards the latter part before it became finalized at the end. And it's probably one of the simplest seats I've ever installed. And I know you have an award wall here. It's always impressive every time I come here to look at something like this and saying, I don't think there are many brands that we work with that are willing to say, look at what we got. Look at what we have. We get tested randomly. It's not manipulated by us. Our seats are picked up at your local shopping mall and tested. Having something like this is so utterly impressive to understand that this is a true vehicle, right? That was purchased, cut in half, molded to then simulate how the seat goes in here. And eventually this will go down a sled that we'll see later to test the child's impact, right?
Yeah, you can see that back there in the video. So there's like, the sled comes to the front, and then the impact comes from the front. So there's not a sled coming and hitting a wall. Like the impact hits the sled.
The impact is first. So here we are going through the entire installation process, right? This is exactly what happens each and every time we go to test the unit. Mind you, it's quite expensive and quite difficult to test on a regular basis. But here we are duplicating it as if you were doing it in your own vehicle at home. So the seatbelt comes across, which the Cybex Callisto, which is what we're testing here, is an amazing seat and super simple to install. Just route, click, and go. That's it.
This is another category, right? Like it sits within your home and it needs to integrate into your home, right? And your living space is mainly emotional. You curate your furniture very carefully, and so we try to design the nicest looking and best possible high chair we can. And our inspiration was like Italian's greatest. So
Right.
we looked back half a century and looked at the most iconic Italian designers like the last 50 years, and got inspiration from them. We have the wooden sidewalls, and combining that with our latest technology in high chairs, where we can have the one hand height adjustability. So if different kids sit on it, if the kids go to bed and you have friends around, so it can take an adult. It's tested to adult standards, but at the same time you easily can adjust it towards the kids.
And usually a high chair is a big plastic mold sitting in your kitchen that doesn't flow with anything else. And this is utterly beautiful, but can be used full life. So we'll start from a young child in the chair and let it grow with them. So this will be a chair in your living room for many years to come, no matter how many children come through the family. So it's quite a simple to function. So it's, I just saw you moving that, and I used the conversation of toolless. So you don't need any tools to adjust it. You can adjust it very quickly. Liking this video and subscribing is really, really important. Call us at 877-82-2624 or email us at cs@bambibaby.com. We have 5 convenient locations for you to shop at: Miami, Florida, Paramus, New Jersey, Middletown, New Jersey, Long Island, New York. Comment below with any questions. Stay tuned to watch more videos like this in the future, and thank you for watching.